This traffic stop didn't spiral because of violence. It didn't escalate because of a reckless cop. It exploded because one driver believed the law did not apply to her. She claimed she wasn't driving, she was traveling. She said statutes weren't real laws, and she insisted that refusing to identify herself was her right. But by the end of this stop, she was in handcuffs, her car was being towed, and a jury would later decide she was guilty. The real question is not what the officers did. It's where exactly this driver crossed the legal line, and why everything she believed collapsed on camera.
Why do you not have a license plate on the back of the Tesla?
This is a brand new car I just purchased. I have a temporary tag.
Where's the temporary tag?
It should be on the back. Bro, like
on the back, there's nothing there. So I don't know, maybe you lost it while you were driving. If that's the insurance, we're gonna need that too, and your license.
I don't need to give you guys anything.
What's your issue? Why are you being like that? I just stopped you because you don't have the license plate. You said that it should be there, right? And I told you that it's not. So then where is it?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Okay, so then that's why I'm asking you, okay? And then in order for me to move forward, I will need the information because obviously I can't get anything off of a tag that's not there.
That you released your name and name and date of birth, and it has to show you a form of ID.
What is your name?
I'm not contracting with you, but I'll give you my name. But I want to make sure for your record. You can turn around?
Of course.
Okay, good. I'm not contracting with the state. I'm not contracting with you whatsoever. I'll give you my name solely for the purpose.
Okay. I'm sorry, say that again? How do you spell it? Last name.
I'm giving my last name.
Sorry?
I'm not in the jurisdiction. I'm not traveling. I'm sorry, I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
Oh, so she's just giving the first name.
Ma'am, we have to be able to identify you because you're lawfully being stopped.
Lawful being stopped under what grounds?
You have no tag on your vehicle.
Right, as I just mentioned.
Sorry?
Huh?
Yeah.
So you have no tag on your vehicle. That's why you're being stopped.
Correct.
Okay. So being that you're on a lawful stop, you're being lawfully stopped with probable cause of having no tag.
What crime is that?
You're not understanding. You have
That's
no
not a
tag.
crime. That's not a crime.
That is a crime. Yes, it is.
It's not a crime.
Yes, it is.
Quick get your attorney.
Are you going to identify yourself? You have to have some type of way to identify you.
Okay, what are you looking at?
10-4. She's talking to you, so then talk to her. If I was going to talk to you, you should have done that earlier.
I'm looking all over my stuff. And
I'm actually listening to the radio, so.
ID for us to identify you.
It's in my trunk.
Where in your trunk? Where in your trunk? Like in a bag?
Yes, in a packet because I enrolled her to the school, so I have a packet that's full of all of my personal documents, my social, my passport, etc.
So it's in a bag in the trunk.
Correct.
What color is the bag?
It's not in a bag, it's in a pouch.
Okay, so what color is the pouch?
Purple.
So it's a purple pouch in the trunk that has your ID in it. So can you open the trunk so we can get your ID?
I can open the trunk and get my ID.
No, we cannot allow you to get out and go in the trunk.
Well, I'm not allowing you to go in
Okay, so can you give us your name?
I just gave it
First name, last name,
I
date
just
of
gave it
birth.
to her.
We're going to need more information than what you were telling us. Either you allow for us to get the documents out of your trunk, or you give us the information verbally. Those are your only two options at this time.
You have to.
I'm trying to work with you, but you guys are being
Go ahead and roll, Johnson.
extremely aggressive.
Yeah.
You have to identify.
Make sure you're ready to get her out of the car.
All right. We're going to go ahead and... Is the car off?
No, excuse me, what are you about to do?
Is the car off,
What are you
ma'am?
about to do?
We're going to remove you and the passenger out of the vehicle
You are
due
not
to
going
you
to do
not
that.
wanting to cooperate with
I
us and
am
provide us
not
the information that we are asking for you to give us. Go
Go
ahead and step out. Step out.
Because you're not identifying yourself.
I just gave you my freaking name. What the hell are you talking about? Yes, I did. Do not touch me.
Get out of the car.
No, y'all.
Just come over here.
What are you doing?
I'm going to have you come to the back of the car over here.
Do not touch my daughter.
Your daughter's cooperating. We don't have to do anything. You're not cooperating. Just go ahead and you can lean up
Do not
against the
touch
car.
me. Can you let go of me?
No, so then lean against the car.
I'll lean against the car, but let go of me.
Stay right there.
I have not committed a crime. You need to get me out of
Okay,
these damn
sounds
handcuffs.
good. We already
Get me out
tried
of
talking to
handcuffs.
you. We're done
Where's
talking.
your supervisor? Sir, since she is not cooperating as an individual, doing her duties in her job.
She's doing exactly what she should be doing, ma'am. Would be happy to get a supervisor here for you, okay?
I need them now. Right now.
He's calling.
Am I being arrested?
You said you're being detained until we got...
Am I being arrested? I need these off of me right now.
We're going to wait for our supervisor like you requested, right?
I didn't request to be yanked out of my vehicle.
Okay. Due to you not cooperating with us, that's what happened. So now we're going to do what you want, and you called for our supervisor. He's going to be on the way. You can talk to him further.
Okay. So you're not You're not being detained, man. Right? Your mom is. Okay, so if somebody comes to pick you up, whatever it is, they're welcome to do that. You do not have to stay here should you not want to. Okay, if you want to remain with your mom, you're welcome to do that. I'm just here to make sure that no cars hit you, that you're safe and all that stuff. You're free to go anywhere you wish.
Okay. What do we got going on? Okay. How can I help you?
There's no crime, which there is not. I need to be removed from these handcuffs right now.
Okay.
These aggressive ass cops surrounded my car, surrounded my vehicle without my consent, opened my door unlawfully, and yanked me out of my car.
Okay.
When I'm not driving. I'm not doing any commercial activity right now. That's my daughter. She's going to school.
You said you weren't driving?
Correct. I'm traveling. And I know y'all don't like to play by the real rules, but I already know them.
Okay.
I'm not going to accept anything less than, and everyone here is going to be sued
Okay.
for their unlawful behavior right now. This is unreal.
Okay.
Not only that, but I'm pregnant, and she touched me in ways that is not acceptable.
Okay.
Ma'am, your daughter said that you guys were on your way to school. Is that correct? All right, so I know she needs to get over there, so... Okay, so I'm gonna go in there and get that for you.
What makes you guys think that you can touch my personal property? Like, who are you?
Where is it?
Right now,
I
ma'am.
have not done anything other than
ma'am.
drive
The
her
back
to school.
seat?
You guys have literally yanked me out of my vehicle
hold on,
at 7 o'clock in the morning.
I'm
No,
trying to help you,
understand
man.
how aggressive this woman is in front of me?
Trying to help
And
you.
you're still trying to make me speak with her.
Vinny.
I'm sorry.
So we're gonna just open the door and her daughter's gonna grab the seat.
We don't know what's in there, right? I don't have no reason to believe that your daughter wants to hurt me or anything like that, right? I just don't know what's in there. So
You guys
I need
removed
to
us from the car.
I need to make sure that whatever she gets is not going to hurt us. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay. Okay. Good enough. That stay in here, right? I'm just going to close this for you so it doesn't get all over the car. It doesn't really. Is it okay if she gets your phone? Do you know where it is? Yeah, okay. Just, show it to your mom. Make sure that's your phone.
Don't not touch me.
Put this phone back in the car, please.
You can't give it to your mom. Are you going to take it with you?
Oh, no. She's giving it to me. Why can't
You
she
can't have your phone. She said she was taking it with her.
Back in the car.
Okay.
Why can I not have my phone?
Because you're detained right now, ma'am.
For what crime?
The officer explained that to you already, right?
No, there's no crime taking
Okay.
place
Are you
here.
taking this with you? Or are you?
Can I talk to my daughter? Can you get away from me, please?
No, I cannot get away from you. You're detained at this time.
You can talk to your daughter, but just we can't let you walk away.
I'm not asking to walk away. I'm asking her to come here, and you all step away from me, please.
I'm not.
She's right here.
away from
She's right here, ma'am. You can talk to her.
Call Chris, please.
you. If we're gonna do telephone communication between the two, we're not gonna allow that to happen.
You do not need to talk to her, period. Step down. Know your place.
No.
You work for us.
Then. Okay.
Do not touch me. Let me... Sir, can you please get this woman off of me?
Ma'am.
I'm gonna have to put her in the car because she's not. I'm gonna have to put her in the car
Sir, please get her off of me.
because she's trying to do.
Sir,
She's
please
trying
get
to ask her daughter to call.
to
She's
do
asking
stuff.
asking her daughter for the phone.
You have
You guys
anything
are
on
right in the
you?
wall right now.
Do you have anything
Get
on
off
you?
of me.
So
What am I being arrested for?
You've been arrested for resisting.
I'm not resisting anything.
You resisted because you did not.
I am
identify
not
yourself.
resisting anything.
And you're-
That is not... Sir, please.
I understand that you don't recognize the local laws and the state laws. You have a different
I
belief
did not
system.
refuse anything.
Hold on
I
a
told them
second.
where it was, and I told them I would get it.
But
You're not allowed to get it. I told you I would get it for you.
you didn't. If you aren't providing your name, and if you're
gave them my name.
if you're resisting the officers,
I'm not resisting anything.
if they're trying to get,
I asked
they're
them if I
trying
could
to
talk to my daughter.
they're trying to identify who you are, and you aren't providing your name and your
I gave them my
information.
name.
But that name wasn't coming up.
What do you
And
mean
then
that
you
name is
weren't,
not coming
and then
up?
you weren't giving them anything that they could use to identify. You're also driving in a vehicle, or you're traveling in a vehicle that doesn't have a license plate on. So that's why they stopped you.
I understand that.
Okay. So based
There
on
was one on there. I literally bought that from the
So-
dealership not even a month ago.
So based on you not cooperating and providing the officers the information they needed, that's a form of passive resistance because they're trying to.
Who is the injured party right now then?
I don't know if there's an injured
Then there's
party
no crime
by
here
your
right
terms.
now.
By your terms,
There's
but
no crime.
I'm just explaining to you what
whatsoever.
happened.
And I have not
All
resisted
right.
anything.
Okay. Ma'am, do you want me to? Your daughter needs to get to school.
Can you please call Chris? Is he not answering?
Ma'am,
Okay, how you get your daughter to school? Because this is why I separated you because you're trying to do stuff through your daughter, which you're not allowing. How are you going to get your daughter to
Who are you, my maker? Like, who are you to not allow?
We're gonna close the door.
Am I going to walk her over there, or is she going to walk by herself?
I don't really think she's...
Picture yourself starting an ordinary morning. You're driving a familiar route, the kind you've taken hundreds of times. The destination is routine. The stakes feel low. Nothing about the moment suggests danger, conflict, or consequence. This is the kind of morning where you expect the day to simply continue. Now picture that same moment minutes later. Your car is no longer moving. Your plans have stopped. Your freedom is no longer assumed. By the end of this encounter, handcuffs are involved. Custody becomes real. Charges are no longer hypothetical. What began as a mundane interruption ends with a criminal booking and a legal record that does not disappear when the morning does. Here is the shock. Nothing violent happened. No threats were made. No weapons were used. No dramatic outburst triggered an emergency response. The escalation did not come from force. It came from belief. A belief that certain words could override authority. A belief that refusing to cooperate was a form of protection. A belief that the law could be opted out of, if framed the right way. This story is not about chaos erupting out of nowhere. It is about how quickly ordinary situations collapse when assumptions collide with reality. Because at a certain point, the situation stops being casual and becomes something else entirely. And once that shift happens, there is no rewind, only consequences waiting at the end of the road. At the center of this encounter is a single legal question, and everything else is noise. Can a person lawfully refuse to identify themselves during a valid stop by claiming that ordinary legal obligations do not apply to them? That belief is not rare. It appears frequently in roadside encounters, courtroom filings, and viral videos. The idea is simple. If you reject the framework loses power over you. Words become shields. Labels become exits. But the law does not operate on belief. It operates on thresholds. This case forces one unavoidable issue into focus, where personal interpretation ends and legal obligation begins. Not emotionally, not philosophically, procedurally. By the end of this video, you will understand why the thing she believed would protect her is exactly what made arrest inevitable. Because once that boundary is crossed, intent no longer matters. Only conduct does. This encounter unfolds in a narrow window of time, but the sequence matters. A vehicle is stopped during a routine morning commute. The setting is public, visible, and controlled. There is no emergency unfolding, no immediate danger. The interaction begins with a basic administrative issue, one that normally resolves in minutes and ends without consequence. Authority enters the scene for a single reason. The vehicle cannot be legally identified from the outside. That fact alone triggers a lawful stop. From there, the process is procedural. Questions are asked. Information is requested. The system attempts to verify identity and compliance. What happens next is not chaos, it is friction. Each step forward meets resistance. Each attempt to clarify is met with reframing. Cooperation is delayed, redirected, or conditionally offered. Time passes. The stop does not resolve. Instead, it stalls. As the interaction stretches, the focus quietly shifts. The issue is no longer the vehicle, it is no longer administrative. It becomes about control of the encounter itself, who sets the terms, and who is obligated to comply. This is the critical setup. Not the shouting, not the presence of authority, but the moment when a routine stop stops progressing forward. Because once resolution fails, escalation becomes the only remaining option. The legal dynamic does not change all at once, it shifts at a single point. Up until this moment, the situation remains administrative. The stop is limited in scope. The authority involved is attempting to complete a task that requires one thing above all else: identification. Without it, the process cannot conclude. Without conclusion, the stop cannot end. Then the refusal hardens. Not confusion, not delay, not misunderstanding. A clear refusal to provide identifying information in any usable form. Verbal partials, conditional compliance, alternatives that do not meet the requirement. Each one keeps the interaction suspended in place. Everything changes here. This is the moment where the issue stops being about paperwork and becomes about obstruction. The law no longer evaluates attitude or tone, it evaluates conduct. The refusal is no longer passive, it becomes actionable. At this point, authority is no longer deciding whether to continue the stop. It is deciding how to resolve non-compliance. Options narrow. Time runs out. The legal status shifts from temporary detention to enforced control. The individual may believe the line has not been crossed, but the law measures that line differently, and once crossed, the outcome is no longer negotiable. From here forward, escalation is procedural, not personal. The central legal myth in this case is simple. Refusing to identify yourself is protected speech, and protected speech cannot justify arrest. That belief collapses under statute. The law does not criminalize disagreement. It criminalizes interference with lawful process. During a valid stop, the state has a limited but enforceable authority to identify who it is dealing with. That authority is not philosophical. It is procedural. Here is the distinction that matters: speech versus conduct. Arguing is speech. Questioning authority is speech. Disagreeing with the law is speech. None of that creates criminal exposure on its own. Refusal does. Once probable cause exists for a stop, officers are permitted to demand identifying information necessary to complete that stop. The threshold is not consent. It is necessity. Without identification, the stop cannot resolve. Without resolution, detention lawfully continues. This is where speech becomes conduct. The moment refusal prevents completion of a lawful stop, the behavior crosses a statutory line. The standard applied is not whether the person feels justified, but whether a reasonable officer would conclude that the conduct obstructs or resists lawful duties. That is an objectively reasonable test, not a subjective one. Annoyance does not matter. Tone does not matter. Belief does not matter. What matters is this: the refusal is sustained, deliberate, and effective at stopping the process from moving forward. At that point, continued detention is justified. Physical control becomes lawful. Elevated charges become available. This is where a delay becomes resistance. Another myth surfaces here. Explanation equals compliance. It does not. Explaining why you will not comply is still non-compliance. Offering alternatives that do not meet statutory requirements is still refusal. Conditional cooperation is still obstruction if the condition is rejected. The law is explicit on this point. Officers are not required to negotiate procedure. They are required to enforce it. Once refusal is established, escalation follows a defined path. Control is applied not as punishment, but as resolution. The charge is not based on disagreement. It is based on conduct that prevents lawful authority from concluding its task. And once that threshold is crossed, the outcome is no longer discretionary. It is statutory. Two counter-narratives typically emerge in situations like this, and both fail under the same legal standard. The first is freedom of speech. The law protects expression, not obstruction. You are free to argue. You are free to criticize. You are free to state your beliefs. But once conduct interferes with a lawful process, constitutional protection ends. The objective test is not what was said. It is whether the behavior prevented the stop from being completed. This is where speech becomes resistance. The second narrative is police overreach or brutality. That claim is evaluated using the same objective standard. The question is not whether the interaction felt aggressive. It is whether the force used was proportionate to the resistance encountered. When compliance is refused and the stop cannot resolve, physical control becomes legally justified. Discomfort does not equal unlawfulness. Emotion is not evidence. Volume is not proof. Perception does not override statute. The law does not reward escalation through refusal. It addresses it. Once those two shields collapse, the legal analysis simplifies. The encounter is no longer about rights being violated. It is about duties being ignored. And in that framework, the outcome becomes predictable. What emerges here is not a medical condition or an emotional breakdown. It is a recognizable behavioral pattern. The pattern begins with authority, confusion, the belief that rules apply selectively, or only with personal consent. That belief is reinforced by status insulation, the assumption that confidence, vocabulary, or perceived knowledge can substitute for compliance. When challenged, the response shifts into entitlement, reframing lawful requests as personal attacks. From there, the pattern escalates into weaponized victimhood. Ordinary enforcement is recast as persecution. Boundaries are interpreted as aggression. Responsibility is displaced outward. This sequence often includes elements of Darvo: deny the obligation, attack the authority enforcing it, and reverse the roles of victim and offender. This is not a mental health diagnosis. This is a behavioral pattern. And when this pattern meets a legal system built on procedure rather than persuasion, it consistently produces the same result. The encounter ends the same way these cases almost always do, not with vindication, but with documentation. Formal charges are filed. The individual is booked. The allegations are specific and procedural. Failure to provide identification, resistance without violence, and related administrative violations tied to the stop itself. None of these charges require malicious intent. They require only conduct that meets statutory thresholds. From there, the system moves forward without emotion. Court dates replace roadside arguments, evidence replaces belief. Video replaces narrative. The law evaluates what happened, not what was claimed. Exposure becomes real. Fines are imposed. Time in custody becomes a possibility rather than a threat. Even when incarceration is limited, the record remains. Appeals may follow. Outcomes may vary. But the process is no longer reversible. This is the point many misunderstand. The law does not escalate to prove authority. It escalates to restore order when procedure breaks down. Compliance ends encounters. Refusal prolongs them. Resistance transforms them. Order is not oppression. It is structure. And structure depends on predictable rules applied without exception. Freedom exists within that framework, not outside it. When individuals attempt to opt out of shared legal obligations, the system responds the only way it can with enforcement. The result is not personal. It is institutional. And once the threshold is crossed, the conclusion is inevitable.